Hi friends, welcome to Arnav. Today is the 38th episode in the biology series. So in the last episode of the biology series, we discussed about in the fourth episode of the third episode of the gastrointestinal tract. So in that gastrointestinal tract, we discussed about the stomach last time. So today we are going to discuss about the small intestine. But actually it is not that small. So the small intestine is the part of the digestive system. That's why it, of course, digests. Yes. So its main use is to digest so much that the nutrients in the food will be released, and that this small intestine will take up the water and the nutrients released from the food and then send those to the blood, where blood will transfer those to everywhere, where other cells will use those food and water. Yes, so that is the main use of the one and only small intestine. So it makes a part of the long pathway that food takes through the body called the gastrointestinal tract. So it starts from here, next goes through the esophagus, next through the stomach, and presently we are in the small intestine. So the small intestine is also in the gastrointestinal tract. So when food leaves the stomach, it enters the small intestine. So when food leaves the stomach from here, it enters the duodenum, which is the part of the small intestine. Yes. So the small intestine is the longest part of the gastrointestinal tract, and it is where most of the digestion takes place. Yes, most of the digestion takes place all in the small intestine. Yes, and because mainly it is a long place where digestion can easily happen, and down here food waits for some time before going into the large intestine. Yes. So, okay, there are three main parts in the small intestine. They are the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. So here is the duodenum, from here to this part. Next, at this part is the jejunum, and finally at the end is ileum, which is also a bit long. Yes. So first let's start with the duodenum. So it is the first part of the small intestine that the stomach feeds into. So food from the stomach directly go into the duodenum. When you see a stomach image of the stomach, it will be in those images, because if they cut it just like that, it won't be beautiful or good, or doesn't look good. So that's why they include the duodenum, but it is not actually a part of the stomach. It is the part of the small intestine. Yes. So, okay. It is a short descending tube which is 10 inches long or 25 centimeters long. So, it curves around the pancreas in a C shape. So, here is the pancreas. So, to just avoid the pancreas, the duodenum goes like this, the shape of a C, like that. Okay. So, before connecting to the rest of the coiled intestine is the duodenum. So it is like the entrance into the small intestine. Yes. So next is the jejunum. And also the duodenum's main use is, so in this part only, the pancreas and the liver will release the juices, digestive juices. So then the food will get digested, and you know what happens, right? Yes. So next is the jejunum. So the remaining small intestine lays in many coils inside the lower abdominal cavity. So the remaining part of the small intestine goes like this everywhere possible. It is in coils and coils. Yes. So it is like the two. So then the food will pass and take a long time to go, right? So at that time, it can slowly digest that food into smaller and smaller pieces, which then can be turned into nutrients and water, and you know again what happens next. So, okay. So it's the middle section called the jejunum. So it is characterized by many blood vessels, which gives it a deep red color. And also in the jejunum, So the muscles will move, shake, like move that area. Then the food will also mix up like that. So that's why this area needs a bit more blood than the ileum. Yes. So next is the ileum. So it is the last and longest section of the small intestine. It is longer than every other part. It's a bit longer than the jejunum and very longer than the duodenum. Yes. So it is. So here the walls of the small intestine begin to get thinner and narrower, and the blood supply is reduced because muscle movement there's less muscle movement here than the jejunum. Yes. So here food spends most time in the ileum, where the most water and nutrients are absorbed. So food will stay more time in the ileum only. Then the water and nutrients would be absorbed into the bloodstream, where it can go to every other part. And again, I said it to you, right? Yes. So that is the ileum's main use. Yeah. Okay. Next are the functions of the small intestine. So this is systematically breaks food down. So slowly and slowly the food will break down and down into smaller and smaller pieces. Then it can be, again, I said to you right many times. So next it absorbs the nutrients. Next it extracts water. And finally it moves food along the gastrointestinal tract into the large intestine or the colon. Yes. And also the ileum ends with the colon. So, okay. So next, so one fun fact, the small intestine is 22 feet long or 6 meters. Yes, it is a long thing inside just this part. Yeah. So next, the diseases that can infect the small intestine. So first is a celiac disease. So it is an autoimmune disease where our body mistakenly attacks our body. So it attacks itself mistakenly. Yes. Next is Crohn's disease, which is a type of irritable bowel syndrome. Next is irritable bowel syndrome. So this is when irritation and swelling happens inside the small intestine. And next is peptic ulcer disease, which is like an ulcer inside the small intestine. And finally short bowel syndrome. So this is for today about the small intestine. Bye.